has been blooming, but none of the blooms have been turning into squash. Like they've just died and then broken off. So I'm wondering if it's just not getting pollinated properly. I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe if I put a little bee bath back here or something, it might help. And then my tomatoes are making tomatoes, and that is very cool and exciting. These were seriously weighing down the plant because I didn't have a trellis for it yet, and I still don't have a trellis. So I just found a stick and tied it to the stick in a couple spots. It's really shoved down in there, so that's good enough for now. Look at them. Look at my babies. Ignore my AC in the background, but I have recently been teaching myself how to knit. I made the panels for a sweater. This is a sleeve. Of course, they're all just rectangles because I am an absolute beginner. I've been working on this for months, and I finally have panels done, which means I need to weave in all my ends and then construct it. And then hopefully it will not look like an absolute garbage fire on me. Hopefully it'll look semi-cute. So that means that this will be my first ever self-knitted garment, and I am nervous and excited because I spent a lot of money on yarn and a lot of time making the panels, so if it looks bad I might cry. But let's find out. Look at that. Look at that. After months and months and like 7 skeins of yarn, I have made my very first knitted sweater. While we're at it, I'll show you the necklaces that I made. This is a fluorite cab. I used to take metalsmithing classes when I was in community college. I just enjoyed them and thought that it was fun, so I took a night class for 3 quarters. So basically an entire year of metalsmithing night classes, like every Wednesday I think it was. We would go in and have like a 2-hour session. And this is one of the things that I made. So it's kind of rough. It's not like the most beautiful piece of jewelry ever put together in the world, but I did make it with my very own 2 hands and a torch. And it's just been kind of rattling around. I did have it on a chain at one point, and then the chain broke, and so this has just been sitting in my jewelry making supplies ever since. So there's that. And this one can just go right over my head. I've had this crystal since I was like 8 years old, 8 or 9. A relative gave it to me. It has seen many wire wrappings since then, and this is not the neatest one that I have put it in, but there we go. Simple necklace. Things that have been rattling around in my I should do this, but maybe not right now pile. We finally did it. And speaking of my current to-do list, now I need to film some try-ons for a sewing video that would have come out right before this video, so you've already seen that, hopefully. If not, it'll be up here somewhere, maybe, I don't know. And I started making a vest just on a whim, because I wanted a quick project with fabric that I had. You get the urge to sew at like 2 in the morning, and you're like, I have fabric, I have patterns, let's just do the sewing equivalent of putting something in the crock pot real quick. I didn't want to design anything, I just wanted to throw something together, so I started making a vest. I gotta finish up that, and then I also need to replace the buttons on a blazer that I dyed. The buttons don't go with it anymore, so I need to replace the buttons. And then I think that's all my current projects. I think. I don't know, I just keep starting new things. I should probably not do that. Look at this beautiful man. Where did you come from? He's large. Just on a mission. This is the vest in question. This is the lining. It's that sanded satin, originally purchased to make my velvet vest that I have a video on. Of course, ever-present cat hair everywhere, always. This is the front pieces, and then this is the back piece. I do want to cut, I can't decide if I want it out of this fabric or this fabric, but I want to cut little tabs that I can put some grommets in for a lacing panel in the back. And I just want like a fabric, like one square fabric tab on each side instead of like loops like I did on my velvet vest. It'll just be like to cinch in the waist. Not that it will need to be cinched in because it's a fitted vest, but it's a pretty detail. It's fun. I like fun. I like adding fun to projects. I went through all the effort to set up this shot, and then I didn't even hit record, but Okay, so I had this random thought in my head that I think will look really cool. And that is, instead of using buttons on the front, I put in lacing instead. And then it'll make the lacing on the back make more sense too, because if this isn't, like if the front isn't touching, if there's that space there, then there will actually need to be a little bit of cinching in the back. And then I'll probably make the cording out of the satin, some of my satin scraps. Yeah, I think that'll be cool. All of the others are perfect, except for the one ugly one. I don't know how super noticeable it'll be when it's worn. It slipped off the anvil when I hammered it, and then it got all warped, and I tried to fix it, but I don't really know how to fix it. That's so annoying. Okay, that was definitely the right call. Look at her. Look at that. And then the back. Beautiful. You know, not to toot my own horn, but that's pretty nice. That's rather spectacular. That was the right call. So much nicer than buttons. Of course, a million times more complicated to get into, but worth it. So I wasn't able to find buttons like I wanted at the vintage shop, which is regrettable. So I just went to a fabric store and got buttons. They're just very plain, very basic. Not the greatest quality, of course, but it will do. glass is just disgusting. Yes. Oh well. Alright friends, I'm going to end the vlog here because I have to pack up to move now. And it's not gonna be like a quick move across town, like I'm moving cities. So it's going to be very complicated and very hands-on. By the time this video comes out, I will have already moved. I'm not gonna film like a moving vlog or anything because that just seems like a lot of unnecessary stress for a situation that is already very stressful. But yeah, I'm very excited and very nervous about not living here anymore. I mean, I'm very glad to not be living here anymore because this house is kind of a trash heap. I can make a whole video about how awful this rental is and how much I'm so eager to not live in it anymore and to not deal with my awful, horrible landlord anymore. So that is probably the biggest plus in the whole world. Very excited to be where I'm going to be moving to. But the next time you see me, it will be in somewhere new. I hope everybody has a good day and I will see you next time. Bye.